What's going on, guys? Sam Adams here, and today we're going to be unboxing The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Special Edition for the Nintendo Switch. Now, I stood in line at a midnight release at a Walmart and did not actually plan on getting the special edition of the game. I picked up a neon Nintendo Switch, and I was going to get Super Bomberman for the family to play, but I did not plan on actually getting the special edition, but rather the regular edition standard model of the game. However, a gentleman in line was telling me about what all came inside of this box right here, and it seemed like a pretty good value. Now, I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but you do get a collectible coin, you do get a fabric map of Hyrule, the original soundtrack, a carrying case for the Nintendo Switch, and the game as you would expect. So that, for $100, seems like a pretty good value to me because you would probably spend about 20 bucks on a carrying case anyway. So to get a couple of extra bells and whistles and also to be able to have this beautiful box on display seemed like a pretty fair price. So going ahead and diving into it, we'll go ahead and crack open the top of the box. Now, I already have cut the tape. I have seen the inside of this, so I must admit I'm not getting a fresh glimpse. However, when you pull it out, it does look to be pretty incredible. Now, right here you have your fabric map, you do have the game, you do have the original soundtrack below this, as well as the collectible coin. So let's go ahead and open up the map itself. Now, once you do get it opened up, this is pretty much what you're getting here. Now, I'm going to place that right there, and then you also have that. So that pretty much gives you an estimate of how big the map actually is. So as you can see, it's not necessarily the kind of map you would be getting from like the Dark Souls 2 Collector's Edition, where it literally is a piece of fabric, although it is fabric material. Now, when you do open it up, you do get a map of Hyrule, which is very impressive and will probably come in handy at some points in the game. But just by looking at it, you can see, for instance, right there in the middle, it looks to be where it's more handwriting and it's more for aesthetic appeal rather than actual use. The back is also nicely decorated. It appears to have a lot of aesthetic appeal, like I said, rather than actual use, but this is definitely going to be one of those cool things where you have as a collectible, and you're proud to have it, and I'm sure that this will be going for a pretty penny in 20 to 30 years, whenever all these things have kind of died off, depending on the rarity of this edition, which I'm not entirely sure of, but it certainly does look to be a pretty cool Hyrule map, and at least a nice little talking piece if anyone comes over and asks what it is. So moving right along, let's go ahead and check out the Zelda collectible coin itself. Now, as you can see, it does have an inscription with a Z that is in the Breath of the Wild font, as well as a Master Sword, and then on the back, you do have this little icon right here. Now, I'm actually going to leave this in the plastic casing because I feel like that might preserve the value better, and also I probably won't lose it. However, one thing I will say about this is that this is entirely metal. It has a good bit of weight to it. I would guess that it's probably about the weight equivalent of about $1 and change in quarters. It does have a pretty good girth to it, so you know it's not necessarily plastic, and also you can hear it. That is metal on plastic 100%. So checking out what else we have in the box here as far as the first tier goes, you do have your standard edition of Breath of the Wild. There is nothing special about this to my knowledge. You do have some box art there on the back as well, and the front box art looks beautiful. It matches the special edition box that it came in, but to my knowledge, there's nothing to write home about here. This is just what you can buy off the store shelf. Now, right below that game, you do have The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild sound selection, and of what I've heard, this is absolutely gorgeous, almost as gorgeous as the box art of Link on the back of the CD itself, but I would definitely, if you have a special edition, keep this in the case, in the tape, in the plastic around it, because that will definitely preserve the value and the quality of the disc itself, and definitely preserve your value in the long run as the years do go on. But it's definitely worth listening to if you have a YouTube channel, or if you just want to go on youtube.com. Don't know why you would need a channel for that, but you can definitely listen to it because it is some beautiful, beautiful music. Now, moving right along to the second tier of the special edition itself, we do have the carrying case for the Nintendo Switch, which is one of the main reasons I bought the special edition, because I probably would have paid 20 bucks for this anyway, and if you are taking it out of the case, take it out, sliding it through the bottom. Don't try to get it out through the top. It is very difficult. It's made 3 takes for me to actually get this thing out of the box. Anyways, this is your carrying case right here. It's got some nice designs all over, and it also has a nice design on the keychain that's attached to the zipper right here. But overall, it kind of has the quality and the texture and the feel of almost a coaster, a rubber coaster. And that's to say, it is not the highest quality rubber I've ever seen. It is not the lowest quality rubber I've ever seen. This is a fair value for spending an extra 40 bucks whenever you're buying Breath of the Wild. It does get you a fine carrying case that is going to protect your system in the long run. So going ahead and opening up the carrying case itself, inside you do have a little slide pouch right here for the tablet. And then, of course, you have a protective layer that will protect that screen from scratches. And then on the other side, you have room to place your games, as you would in any kind of DS carrying case that's come out over the years, as well as a nice little mesh package with some backing here for any kind of accessories, headphones, charging cables, etc., Joy-Cons maybe that you might need to carry with you on your journeys. So all in all, wrapping things up, this is what you get with the special edition of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild for the Nintendo Switch. It's a great value for $100 especially. I would actually expect to pay probably between $120 and $130 if I were to buy this in a regular edition of another game, but this is a pretty good value, especially if you couldn't pick up that Master Edition of the game that came with the awesome Master Sword statue. That about wraps it up for this unboxing specifically. However, later on today, I will also be uploading an unboxing of the Nintendo Switch with Neon Joy-Con itself, which I bought last night at Walmart as well. So you can be sure to subscribe for that, and there will also be a link in this description down below once I have that edited and uploaded, which should be a good time. But as for right now, I want to thank you for unboxing The Legend of Zelda Special Edition with me. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.